Hey everyone, cassydraws here and welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So while we are watching the snow leopard come to life in front of our eyes, I did want to have a very open and candid, important conversation about a topic that I feel very strongly for, and hopefully you will find it helpful in your own art journey. That topic and conversation is that of keeping your old artwork. I have had a lot of conversations with former students of mine about just how difficult it is to hold onto your old art that you're kind of embarrassed by, you're not really proud of anymore. You've kind of moved past it and how difficult it is to hold on to those pieces. And I've had these conversations in real life, and I thought it was very important to now bring that into my YouTube family, our community we are building here, as a reminder of just how important it is that no matter how embarrassing, awkward, uncomfortable it may be, holding on to these pieces is incredibly important. And the first and foremost reason is that your old artwork is a visual of your progress. It is an active timeline for when you started your artwork to where you are now, your journey, every bump and roadblock and, experience along the way. These pieces are a visual for that. We don't see our improvement short term. So I equate this to looking at your reflection in the mirror. You look at yourself every single day and see no change. But it's until you walk up to somebody you haven't seen in a while. And, this probably happened to us as kids where it's my, how you've grown, or oh my gosh, I remember when you were this tall. We've all had these conversations. Or you look at photographs of your significant other or parents or best friend or colleagues and go, my gosh, we've gotten older. It's not until you see these things lined up for you that you see your journey, whether it is aging or your artwork progress, it is the same exact experience. If you were to throw out all of your artwork, you would not have those pieces laid out in front of you as a visual. There will be no benchmark or no guide to base your improvement on. And so what I like to do is I like to keep a sort of safe space for some of this artwork, whether it be a box under your bed or in your closet. Put all of the old artwork in there and forget about it. You are just building this time capsule as you grow and continue to experience things as an artist. And in your progress, you will be able to see your changes in light and shadow, your form. Maybe, for example, with my work, I started off drawing Lion King fan art. That was my jam when I was 13 years old. I watched Lion King, fell in love with the movie, and all I would do is I would pause, back then it was VHS, I would pause my VHS tape and I would trace what I was seeing on the screen. I would have my paper up to my TV and I would trace, 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 trace. And from there, I made my own characters. I had these stories in my head about who these characters are and how they relate to the Lion King universe. So nerdy, I know. But then from there, I started branching out. I took some art classes in school. I started doing art practice on my own, and I started developing this love for animals and nature and wildlife, and I slowly started getting into realism. So even to this day, I look back at all of my old work and go, what I was painting or drawing back then is nothing what I was doing now. However, I do still find myself referencing of like, lions are my favorite thing to paint and draw. And that doesn't just come from nowhere. That is just building blocks of this foundation. So even if you are deathly embarrassed of what you used to create, does not matter what style, medium, etc. Keep it. If it's on the computer, have a separate hard drive that you don't look at. You can go out, buy a cheap USB stick, put all of that old artwork on there, and put it away. So aside from the obvious educational aspect of having a visual timeline or seeing your progress and growth as an artist, one thing that I also like to consider as well is the feelings or memories kind of locked within these art pieces. Maybe you overcame obstacles within a certain piece, so something that was very challenging and difficult for you as an artist. For example, maybe you have a really difficult time painting hands. Maybe you did a portrait piece that had hands within it, and that was a really challenging time for you as an artist, but you overcame it. you finished the piece and you completed it. And so for me, these feelings of accomplishment, these memories are really important to hold on to because a lot of times we as artists are our harshest critics. So we are the most difficult and tough on ourselves that sometimes we need to go back and revisit and say, you know what? No, at the time, this piece was my best accomplishment. I've leveled up since then, but I can put myself back to that feeling and that excitement and that optimism and feeling a little badass for finishing a painting that was really quite a struggle for you. Not only that, memories. I think of all of the different pieces, memories that are locked within them, whether they were a good time or maybe a struggle in my life, or back in my Lion King days, I made a lot of great, wonderful friends on some online forums that these pieces that I'm looking back onto bring me back into those days. And so without that, we kind of lose it. We kind of forget that those things happened. Our brain cleanses every day and it only holds the most important things that keep us going. And so a lot of these times and these feelings are unlocked when we look back at our old artwork. So memories, feelings of accomplishment. I think a lot of people don't consider that when they look at their old art. They just say, no, this is poopy. I don't like the way that it looks. I'm not happy with it. I'm so much better now. And we forget that that young artist in us, inexperienced artist in us, at the time thought that was pretty damn cool. So keep that in mind. The last thing that I wanted to include and talk about in today's video is that of inspiration. A lot of times we don't think that our past self can inspire our present self with our old artwork. We always think, oh, well, I'll look at references, I'll look at other artists' work, get inspired there. And we forget that our experiences ourselves can inspire us as well. And I have gone through a lot of art blocks in my career where the creative juices are not flowing and the concept of doing anything creative is just incredibly frustrating. I know you're all probably nodding right now. We have all gone through this, I'm sure. Every style, type, experience level of artist, we have all experienced art block. And what I find works for me is revisiting my past pieces. So, for example, with my work, I'm a fine artist, wildlife painter. So maybe there is an unfinished canvas that I have left, kind of neglected for 6 months. And maybe I will go back and I will finish it, or I will take a concept from a piece that maybe at the time I wasn't experienced enough to create it the way that my mind saw it. We've all been there where we've had this grand idea. And when it actually comes down to executing said idea, it is just not happening. You just don't have those skills yet. You're not at that level. And so maybe you're taking a past concept and kind of giving it new life. You're revitalizing this idea. And this works no matter your style of artwork as well. I want my channel to, yes, I focus a lot on fine art, wildlife, nature paintings, etc. But I want all styles of artists, whether you are going into animation, whether you are doing cartoons, anime, all of those styles of art, fine art, etc can relate to this and can benefit from this as well. So whether you're finding an old character that you created years ago and putting them into a new comic or a new video game, maybe you're doing concept art for a new video game of yours and you really liked an old environment that you created. You want to use that now. So by having this little time capsule, it works as an inspirational tool for you as well to kind of break through if you're having those struggles and that really hard time creating artwork. So I'm going to leave it there. I've said a lot today. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think about keeping your old artwork. And again, I want my channel to be an open forum of conversation. We are a group of artists with all different varying skill levels, experience, styles of art, and I'm really curious to know your thoughts on this. So let me know down in the comments below. And if you like today's video, please let me know. I know it is a different style than what I'm normally used to, but I'm trying to branch out, try new things, and again, just to get to know you guys better and have a little bit more of a conversational style video rather than always just strictly educational. So let me know down in the comments below. It would be incredibly helpful. And I also, as a side note, hope you have enjoyed watching the snow leopard come together. If you liked this video and you want to see more, I do have my Ko-fi page open and available for all members to join, starting low as $5 Canadian a month. I offer these types of videos more in-depth and at a much slower pace. So for example, the snow leopard, I am taking very, very slowly, working this through and sharing my process from start to finish at a much more slower pace. So if that's of interest to you, of course, no pressure. You can go ahead, click the link down in the description box below and check it out. Totally up to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the little thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload next. And I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm motivated. I'm ready to create more content for you. So thank you for joining our family. We are 4,000 family members strong in the Cassie Draws fam. And I'm excited. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. And remember, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Bye, guys.